artist Petri here. Hey, welcome everybody. We're doing another extreme beginners video. We're going to cover drawing. Are you doing your 10 or 15 minutes of drawing every day? That's the most important thing. If you can get in that 10-15 minutes a day, you're going to really definitely progress and have so much more fun drawing in watercolor, because usually we on my channel here, we always start out with drawing first, and then we do our painting after we draw first. So we draw our pencil drawing first, and then we go in and we do our watercolor painting. So if you're painting, if you're aspiring to be a watercolor painter, then drawing is really important. I'm not saying you have to be like, draw like, beautifully well and have everything all worked out. That's not the case at all. But if you can just have some basic minimal drawing skills, you'll just have so much more fun, and it'll really be something that you can always progress and get better at. So, and it's no mystery, it's no magical formula. It's just a matter of putting in your 5 or 10 minutes every day. If you're drawing 5 or 10 minutes a day, your drawing skills are just going to skyrocket and do so much better. So I want you to do that. Do your 5 or 10 minutes every day, and that's why I'm doing this video. So every week we're going to do these drawing videos for extreme beginners. And what you're going to do is you're just going to draw what I'm drawing, and that's all for 10-15 minutes. And if you're doing that every week, if you just click on this video once a week when you see extreme beginners, and then you see that we're doing some drawing, you'll see right in the on the video itself, when I create my videos, when I put my thumbnail picture on my video, it's always the picture of what I'm painting or drawing. So if you just see a drawing, a pencil drawing on my when you see my video come in, if you subscribe, I'm hoping you're subscribing down below on the right hand side. Please subscribe. Don't miss out on my videos, please. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing my videos for you, so that you're going to get better at your watercolor skills, drawing and painting. So I'm always painting and drawing on this channel, and no matter what video you turn on, you're always going to see me drawing and painting. But on these extreme beginner videos, actually I'm really focused on getting you to draw along with me. So please practice these drawings. They're very simple. In the beginning here, we're just going to keep to the basics of drawing. So you'll see me use a China marker to do some shadowing, which I have right here. It's the peel off ones. You can get these at any hardware store or online, or in like hobby shops, whatever. You can always find your China markers. They peel off. They make great shadows. And then I have you can use any type of pens or pencils, but mostly pens are really good to use when you first start. This way you avoid erasing too much. So if you're just using a pen, you just draw and then you forget about it and you move on to your next drawing, and you're not worrying about erasing too much. So I say in the beginning, if you want to learn to draw, just use pens, draw, start your next page. I have printer paper here so you can kind of see. I have my printer paper here, and I just have it taped down to my board here. You can tape it down to a little small clipboard if you have at home. Whatever you have, you just be frugal and be smart about your watercolors. You want to have your paper clipped down or taped down so it doesn't move around on you. Always keep your paper nice and either clipped down with a clipboard or taped down so that it doesn't move around on you. That's a big problem if you're trying to draw and your paper's moving around like this and this and this. You can't have that. You have to have it either clipped down to a clipboard, or if you're using like a clipboard, or just a regular piece of wood, or another piece of, could be anything you're using for your drawing table. Could be your kitchen table. Tape it down on your kitchen table. Just use some painter's tape and tape your paper down on your table, whatever table you might be working on, working surface, just so the paper doesn't slide around. That's all. But again, the China marker is to do shadowing, so I use that. You'll see this in my videos all the time, and you'll be joining along, doing your drawings, and then you can use a Sharpie marker to draw, a regular gel pen. I really enjoy gel pens for drawing. They work fantastic, so I have 2 types of gel pens, and then you can even use markers, like really fine point markers. This is a Sharpie fine point marker. These work great too. So anything you have, just any black pen is fine, or black marker, fine point marker. That's all you need. And then maybe a little bit of, if you want to do some shadowing, you'll have your China marker, or maybe you might have like a pencil. They make like black pencils that are basically like a little softer. So you can find something that'll work for you, but China markers work great for shadowing. All right, so let's start out here. The first thing we always do, maybe I'll just use my office pen here. The first thing we do is we just want to draw a rectangle around our working surface, like so. Just like this. You just want to make a rectangle, draw a rectangle so you know this is the area of the rectangle you're working within. Now for the drawings that we're going to do for a while now, we're going to stick with the same game plan. We're going to do two-dimensional drawings, so all you're going to do is you can take a ruler or you can draw it whatever you want. By hand you can draw a line or you can use a ruler, and I usually go about a third up the paper. So if you have the paper broken down into thirds, 1/3, 2/3, and then the top third, I go to my first third, put my ruler down, and I go across like so, make a line. We're going to pretend that's our table, and our table is going to be at eye level, like that. Okay, so we're working with eye level. We're not going to get into three-dimensional drawings, just simple two-dimensional drawings. This will help you tremendously if you're just starting out. Of course, if you're an extreme beginner, your goal is to learn how to draw. First, learn your two-dimensional drawing, and then eventually you work into your three-dimensional drawings. Now, I'm going to cover this on a future video, but I just want to show you some of the ideas that I do use and I have used in the past. I make a right angle foam board like so. So if you can see this foam board, this is a mini version of what I have in my studio. So I use a large piece of foam board just like this. This is a mini version of it. So I just took two pieces and I made an L shape. I made an L-shaped form, and then I put a triangle gusset in here with tape to tape it so that the L shape doesn't fall and break apart. So that's all I did, is I taped this on here, if you can see that. So I taped these two foam board pieces here together in an L shape with a gusset on one end. Sometimes you might have to make two gussets if you have a really, really large foam board you're going to make. So you can draw as big and large, you could set up things as large and small as you want. Doesn't matter. But you need at least one of these little small triangle gussets. So all you do is you just have to have your two pieces of foam board, this one and this one, and you set it down and you tape it on the back and across so it stays together. Then you just put in a small triangle. You just cut a small triangle piece of foam, put it on the corner of this L, right like this, and you tape that on and just make sure it's taped on tight. And this way your foam board will stay in that L shape. And this way you can take anything you want. I'm going to use a lemon here. This happens to be a styrofoam lemon. So this is really lightweight. And I can just keep this in the studio and I don't have to worry about it like going funny or anything like that. But you can use regular fruit. If you don't have styrofoam fruit, you can use regular fruit, lemons, apples, oranges, whatever, peppers, you name it. These are great things to draw, and they're fun and they're colorful too. So eventually when you start painting them, you can have all kinds of great colors. You can have tomatoes, lemons, oranges. This is an orange here, so you have an orange, right? Limes, nice beautiful lime. These are all styrofoam. So the thing is, you just set this across from you. You set this across from you like this. Now, I'm going to do a video on this, so don't get worried. I just want to show you what I'm doing before we start drawing. I have a box. I have a box like this, just a standard box. And what I do is I set that across from me, and I put like 2 or 3 boxes together and tape them together so that this foam board, when I put it on top, it's actually at eye level. So if you see this is eye level. This would be the foam board like this, at that eye level, like so, on top of the box. So I have my boxes stacked up, taped together so they don't fall over. Then I have my foam board on top. so that we have a nice, beautiful white backdrop, so that whatever we're drawing, it's clear to see. If I don't have a white backdrop, I could be looking at my wall behind me and it's distracting. So if you can have a white background, which is your white foam board on top of a box, and you have your fruit, whatever you want to put on here, you could put a spritzer bottle, whatever it is. You have a beautiful working arrangement. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually set this up across from me right now when we're drawing, just so you see, but it's going to be larger than this. I made this small so you can see how I built this little foam board backboard. So, you know, you want to build one of these yourself. They're very easy. You just buy foam board anywhere. Any hobby shop has it, art store. And you just buy the foam board. You put that little triangular gusset in there, tape it on, tape it all with artist tape. You have artist tape anyway, right? You're taping your paper down. So you have your artist tape. All you need is the foam board. You create your little right angle L-shape platform. And then you take that and you just rest it on top of a box. You stack your boxes up so that it's at eye level, straight across from you, so that it's not too low where you're looking down on it, or it's not too high where you're looking up at it. Just at eye level, just like this. At eye level, just like that. And then you place whatever you want to draw on top of that. A tomato, an orange, you put an orange on there, and then you draw that. You could do anything, a lime. I'm going to do a lime. We're going to do a lime, orange, lemon, and tomato. Okay? So that's how it works. You want to draw it at eye level, just like that. No 3 dimensions, just two-dimensional. That's how I do it. But I promise you, I will have a video very soon, next couple weeks or so, where I show you how to create some boxes and your foam board. I'll create it right on video so you can see how to put it all together. But for now, I just wanted to show you what I have set up in here in my studio so you can kind of see how I'm doing it, okay? Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is a lime. So we have our pen, we have our printer paper, we're working two-dimensional. At eye level, we're going to draw our lime. Let's start out. Everyone, come on, let's draw our lime. So the lime's sitting on the table. Okay, then it goes like this, and then it goes like this. Then we go across. Then there's a little stem there. Then it goes like this. Look at that. We just did a lime. Beautiful. Now, you just, draw this lime just like you see it here. Take your time. Pause the video if you have to. Then once we draw our lime, you can take a little shadowing with the China marker. So you take your China marker and maybe do a little shadowing just to kind of get yourself thinking about shadows and light. So the bottom is a little darker, like so. And the light's coming from up top, so let's just draw our light insignia like this. Okay, that's our light insignia, just so we know where the light's coming from, the top, going down. So here, we just do a little shadowing, that's all. And it's a little darker under here. So it's darkest down here, like so. It's dark up here, but not as dark as down here. Because remember, the light's coming from here going this way, so you will see the light is strongest here. It's really, there's a bright highlight across the whole lime right here. And then there's the shadow underneath here. And there's quite a bit of shadow over here. I'm just looking at my lime that has a light above it on my foam board, and that's all I did. And there you have it. So try this out. Do a lime. Let's do something else. Let's do a orange. So I'll take my paper and I'll just lift up my paper. Okay, we'll start another drawing. Basically, this is contour drawing. You just start in one place and start drawing and go right around the composition. So let's do another. We'll do another rectangle. We'll just do our rectangle like this. If you need a ruler in the beginning, if you don't feel comfortable drawing this by hand, free drawing this, use a ruler. And you can just go around like this and do a ruler. That's all. If you want to draw it with a ruler, that's fine. That works too. Whatever works for you. Everyone's different. I'm different, you're different, we're all different. No people are alike. No two people are the same. So you do whatever works for you. Maybe you don't even want to do a border, then don't do a border at all. That's fine too. Again, find what works for you. I'm not always saying I'm correct 100% of the time or that I do everything the right way. No, I don't think that way. I think I'm realizing that there's many of you out there that you think differently than me. You might like something different. That's fine. You'd kind of try to stick with most of what I'm kind of teaching here, but if you want to change things a little bit or do something a little different, that's fine too. Put your own little spin on things if you have to. If that works for you, that's fine. So here again, we're doing thirds. So, you know, if we just break our page down into thirds, we go 1/3 here. That's about 1/3 of the way up, and then down 1/3. And so we have 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. We'll put our line across, pretending this is our table at eye level. So we're not doing three-dimensional drawings, we're just doing 2 dimensions as if this table is right across from us. Maybe we're sitting at a chair and we're just seeing the very, very top of the table, like this. Like, let's say this is the table, like this, and then this is maybe the legs of the table, like this. Does that make sense? Can you see that? So we're pretending this is the table, this is the top of the table, right here. And there's no angles, there's no 3 dimensions, it's just 2 dimensions, the table, the straight line of the table, like that. And then the legs of the table, and that's all. Okay, now we did our line, let's do an orange. So here I'm going to take my orange, put it across from me on the board, foam board, at eye level. So I have boxes stacked up, I have moving boxes or little Amazon boxes I have from deliveries set up across from me so that it's set up at eye level. So I have my foam board on top of the boxes, just like so. And then my orange is sitting right on top of that, like that. Okay, let's try an orange and then we're going to take a break. We're going to work 10, 15, 20 minutes. As long as you do this one video every day, you're fine. Even if you do this video once every 2 days, you'll be fine. Or even once a week if you're really super busy and you can't find time. Even doing this video once a week is fine. But really try to do it 5-10 minutes every day, and you'll find that you'll make a habit and you'll do it all the time. It'll just be a habit for you once you do it. If you do this video once a day, every day for like 1 month, and for 1 month, 30 days. Then you will actually always be grabbing your pencils and pens and paper and doing a drawing every day, because you can't even help yourself. It's a habit. Just like if you go to get a drink of water every day you drink a glass of water, after a while, you'll be drinking a glass of water every single day, or a cup of coffee or tea or whatever you like to drink, or if you like a certain type of food you might like. Maybe you really enjoy some fruit and you're going to have one orange every day. So you buy oranges and you buy a bag of oranges and you have 1 orange every day. If you do that for 30 days, you're going to find that you'll always have oranges in stock, because you'll be going to the store and buying oranges and saying, I got to have oranges. I got to have oranges every day. I got to have 1 orange at breakfast or lunch. And then you'll just have it. It'll be a habit, and then that'll be your way of life. Same thing with drawing. If you practice 5-10 minutes a day of drawing, it'll be a way of your life. You'll do it all the time, and you won't even have to worry. And you'll be on your way to having much more beautiful watercolor paintings because you're practicing your drawing. You'll have gorgeous drawings as you go. Okay, so let's do it orange. Let's set up our orange across from me. And I'll set my orange on the side over here. Okay, so I'm just going to start out, again, contour drawing. Okay, like that. Oranges are pretty round, right? Oranges are very round. Like so. And there we go. Look at that. And there's a tiny stem there too. Shoot, even the orange has a little tiny stem on there. Okay. Now, if we want to do a little shadowing, again, we could use a pencil. We could use a pencil to do some shadowing too. If you don't have a China marker, you can use a small pencil or a regular office pencil, whatever you have, a pencil. And then let's just do a little shadowing. So we notice here I'm looking at the orange and it's got a shadow underneath the bottom. So I'm just going to do a quick shadow underneath the bottom here, like so. Okay. Just like so. And there's a little shadow over here. And then most of the light is the top of over here. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure I get that correct. The shadowing is on the bottom of the orange. And again, the light source is the same place, right here. Light's coming from up above. And the orange is lighter on the top here, on the top section. And then the lower section, we have some shadows. So we put some shadows in there, like so. That's all. Very simple. Does that make sense? Can you see that? We did a little shadow on the underside. The orange looks in shadow on the bottom. And then as you have the light coming from above, it's going to shine on the top of the orange up here. So you won't see as much dark shadows. So it's always good if you're doing pencil drawings to just incorporate some shadows in. This way you're always starting to think about light and shadow all the time. So this way when you're out doing sketches, outdoors, or if you're in your house and you're doing these pencil drawings, if you're always doing some light and shadow, using some pencil for shadowing, or you have your China marker you can use, crayons, whatever you have, you put some shadowing in here, and then when you're going in and doing your paintings eventually, like on the weekend maybe you're painting, but on the weekdays you're doing your drawings. That's how I used to do it. Weekdays I'm doing most of my pencil drawings and pen drawings. On the weekends I'm doing my paintings, my watercolor paintings. When you're pencil drawing and pen drawing and you're adding in your shadows like this and thinking about shadows, you're automatically going to do that when you're painting. So already your watercolor painting is going to look so much better. Does that make sense? Because you're already going to do the same thing when you're painting, because you're already practicing it with your pencil and your pens, drawing. So drawing, you can see when you're practicing drawing all the time and also using your shading for your drawings, that's going to translate into you're thinking the same way when you're painting your watercolors, which means you're going to be having more shadows and light effects in your watercolors, and your watercolors will look so much better. You'll be head and shoulders above the rest of the watercolor artists that are out there, because you already know you're practicing your shadows. And when you see those light and shadows in your watercolor paintings, that's going to make all the difference in the world. So please trust me on this. You're going to have a phenomenal time practicing your drawings with your pen, adding some shadows, 10-15 minutes every day. And then on the weekends, if you have time, whatever you have to do. Everyone's different. I realize that some of you might paint every day, some of you might paint once every 2 weeks. Everyone's different. Everyone's schedules are different. Everyone has different priorities. People have families. I know you have children, you have grandchildren, you have families, you have priorities, you have work, you have lots of work, you're working hard. Sometimes at your job you don't have enough time. I understand all of those things. But if you can get 5-10 minutes even every day drawing with a little bit of shadowing here and there as you go, and then maybe on the weekend you put in a couple watercolor paintings, small watercolor paintings the same size, maybe like an 8x10 or even like a 5x7 watercolor painting, 1 or 2 of those, you're just going to be golden. You're going to be in the sweet spot of learning watercolor and drawing and having a great time with it. Let's take a quick break. I'll come right back. We'll do two more. Things, two more still life items. We did an orange and we did a lime. Let's do a tomato and a lemon next. That's all. Let's just stick with this video with some fruits and vegetables, okay? This way we just do fruits and vegetables on this one. Next video, when we're doing our drawing, we'll do something totally different, okay? But let's stick with the same theme here anyway, so it's kind of makes sense too, right? We'll do some more fruits and vegetables and we'll have a good time at it. Okay, we'll be right back. All right, hey, we're back. It's Chris Petri here. Hey, we're gonna get started again drawing. I always mention, if you've just been arriving here on this video and you haven't really noticed, and maybe you're just brand new to this site, to my YouTube channel, Chris Petri, with watercolors and drawing, you can subscribe down below on the right hand side if you feel like you want to subscribe. This way you can get my videos every week. We usually create 2 or 3 videos every week. I usually work on the weekends to get my videos put together and on YouTube. And we do this again, usually every week, 2, 3, 4 videos for you. So I'm always making my videos for everyone here, especially this video series, The Extreme Beginners. I'm making sure that I create videos for drawing. Drawing is an incredibly important skill you have to have as a watercolor artist. Unless you're different and you just say to yourself, I've had it, I'm not drawing, that's fine. You can go off on your own. You can just maybe watch our regular videos where we're painting and just paint and not worry about drawing. That's fine. Everyone's different. We have thousands of people that tune in here every week. So we here coming to our YouTube channel, we have thousands and thousands of people that watch every week all of our videos. So some of you, out of all the thousands, are saying to yourself, I don't want to draw, I don't care. That's fine. We're all different, right? Every artist is different. You're different, I'm different. So just do whatever works for you. Try to do a little bit of drawing. Maybe it'll just help. It'll just be like, you know what, it'll help your artwork, I think, tremendously. But if you absolutely have told yourself you're not going to draw, then that's fine too. You can do that. You can go off and, again, just use the brush and paint and not worry about drawing. But I encourage everybody to learn just minimal basic skills of drawing. And if you're following this Extreme Beginner series, you're going to learn just the real fundamentals. I'm not doing anything intricate, sophisticated, difficult, anything like that. I'm just doing the basic, simple contour drawing, which is just starting in one place with your pen and drawing your subject matter as best you can around the object or objects, and you should come up with a decent result. Like this here, we did an orange, we did a lime here just a second ago, and then once you're done, you can just put down, lime. You can make sure you could sign your name to it, give yourself practice your signatures for when you're starting to create some really beautiful gallery paintings. You want to have your signature looking good. And then here we did an orange. Let's do an orange. And Chris Petri. There we go. And then, so let's start another one. Let's do a tomato. So we'll take our paper, printer paper. This is all this is. Simple printer paper. You can get a sketchbook or 2. I have lots of sketchbooks, spiral bound. So you can have, this makes it a little easier if you want to be doing a little bit of sketching in your car or at your job. If you have lunchtime and you want to do 10 minutes at lunchtime, you can do that too. If you have I have these great, beautiful Strathmore sketchbooks here, spiral bound. And I did a little bit of watercolors once in a while in there. All kinds of different stuff here. And I just did all kinds of stuff. I just did fun sketches, and I was doing portrait work, and so I was always working on things, and I still do. So I'm just working on all these different things here. These are some of my more, like about maybe 4 or 5 years ago I did these here, some portrait stuff. And then here, what else do we have? A little truck with some things on it, and a car. A parade we had, a little parade with, there's an ambulance and a person walking with a flag and a guy with a drum. So a police officer with his hat on. So I did all kinds of interesting things. There's a brush, paintbrush. Actually, this is one of our videos we just did. So, you know, we're doing paintbrushes on our videos using our sketchbook. But right now I'm using printer paper. This is real easy too to use, printer paper. You buy a whole package of it like this thick, like 2 inches thick, and you have like whatever 200 sheets, and you just keep drawing and drawing and drawing. Just keep drawing, don't worry about it. Practice, practice, practice. That's the key. So now we're going to do tomato. So we have a tomato here. Let's try our tomato. So again, I like to practice doing my rectangles by just doing a rectangle like so. Like so with my pen. This is an office pen, gel pen, medium point. And then I'm going to do my 1/3. So you have 1/3, 1/3 like that. So the bottom third is my table. I'm going to pretend there's a table there. And now I'm going to draw the table and the legs of the table like so. And one over here like that. That's my table. And then I'm going to draw my tomato. Let's try tomato here. Here we go. Look at that. Round we go. It dips down a little bit there. Wow, look at that. Perfect. Now we're going to do some leaves here in a stem. There you go. A couple little leaves in a stem. Now let's do a little shadowing. Let's use our China marker now. So we're going to use our China marker, and that's got that string on it. You just pull the string back and peel off more. That's all you do, is you just pull the string off like so, and you have more shadowing, more crayon. Okay, now the tomato's darker at the bottom, so let's do the shadowing darker at the bottom, like so. Just get that darker dark on the bottom, lighter at the top. Okay, like that. There you go. You've practiced your drawing skills, and you're already starting to practice your light and dark. Here's your light source up here. There's a light up above that we're doing in the studio here. So my light, I have a little light up top that's shining down on my fruit here that we're drawing, our subject matter, like that. So that's our light. It's coming this way. So the top of my tomato is light. And as we get down to the bottom, it's dark. So there's that dark shadow under there. And there you have it. Just like that. Perfect. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. We already did 3. Let's do another 4th. Let's do a lemon. So we're just going to lift up our paper here. I have my paper taped down on just one side up top. We'll peel off this paper. That's our tomato. Let's do our lemon. So we have our lemon here. I'm going to set this across from me, and we'll do that. Okay, there we go. I'm going to tape down my paper. Wonderful, wonderful. We tape down at least one side of your paper. Tape it down so it doesn't move all over the place. You don't want your paper moving at the same time you're drawing. That will ruin your drawing, actually. Okay, so you have that. I'm using a pen, of course. Pens, again, I mentioned this in the beginning. If you're using pens, you're less likely to start erasing and trying to correct what you're drawing. If you draw with a pen, you just try your drawing, get it as best you can, and then you flip the paper and start another one. That's all you want to do, is you want to work with a pen, get the pen drawing as best you can, and then move to the next one. You don't want to sit there and try to erase for an hour doing one drawing. You'd rather just start another drawing and keep going. And that's exactly what we're going to do. On this one here, let's use a ruler. Some of you like to use rulers out there. Some of you might want to measure. You might say, "Oh, Chris, I like measuring stuff more." That's fine. Be meticulous with your ruler and your drawings. Okay, so let's do that. How do you do it? Well, 0 here is the top And then I look down here and I say that's 7 inches. Well, let's go thirds. What's a third of 7 inches? Well, let's make it easier. Let's say, all right, let's say 2, 4, 6 is thirds. 2, 4, and 6. But we need another inch. Well, you break down an inch in thirds. What is that? Maybe like a little, like 5/8, something like that. So let's do that. Let's do inch 5/8, about there. Inch. That's a little bit less. Let's do inch and a half. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 6. So it'd be actually 2 1/4. 2 1/4. 2 1/4. That's not quite it. I'll tell you what. It's late right now, and I'm trying to work out my. Let's try using the metric system. That metric system is really good. Let's try that. 18. 3 into 18 is 6. 6 is here. 6, 12 is here. And another 6 centimeters is 18. Perfect. There we go. Throw down the ruler. Go across 1/3 of the way. That's our table. Maybe this one's a tablecloth. So we got some tablecloth here like that. So this is like a table with a tablecloth on top. Now we're doing our lemon. Okay, so we're going to put our lemon across from us. Let's draw our lemon. Okay, here we go. Okay, we got our lemon. Oop, there's a little stem there. And there we go, there's our lemon. How does that look? That's perfect, look at that. We have our little bit of that little bump out there on the end of the lemon over here. We have this little stem over here on this side of the lemon. That looks good. Let's do a little shadowing. Again, let's use our pencil this time. So again, you can use pencil or China marker to do your shadowing, or crayon, or whatever you want to use. You could use pen too. You could use pen. But I'm just going to look at the shadowing and I'm going to say, okay, well, the shadowing is definitely down here. And again, the light source is up here. Our light is shining here. Always put your light insignia wherever you're working, whether that's sunlight or not. You know, if it's a sunlight day, you might say, here's the sun. And you might say, okay, well, the sun's going this way. Like that. Just so you know where the light source is. Up top, coming down this way. Okay, so you have your light insignia always on your drawings on the outside perimeter. So you kind of know, all right, where's the light? All right, the light's coming from here. It could be coming from the bottom. I don't know. You have to let me know. And there we go. We just take, again, a simple pencil. I sharpen this with my sharpener. Okay, so that's the shadow. Dark at the bottom, darker I should say than lighter, you know, way lighter up top. And then this is kind of like that. Like that. And that's all you have to do is just remember, think light and shadows. Where are your shadows? Put your shadows in. The real obvious ones. There always are very subtle shadows too, working in your subject matter. But if you can get the really darks and the light, you're going to be good. Okay, so you just see that I'm getting the bottom is really dark. And there's another kind of shadow running across here, like that. And another one over here like so, and that's really dark. And then up here is a little bit of a darker. Like that. A little bit of light over here too. All right. Okay, I hope you all had fun. Again, all you have to do is do this video, practice along with me on this video once a week, twice a week, as many times as you can. And we'll have a great time learning just the minimal drawing skills that you need. So you just want to start out with these minimal drawings, very simple, two-dimensional, and then we'll work into three-dimensional drawings eventually. But for the beginning, when you're an extreme beginner, you're just trying to get this done 5 minutes every day. So you might take any of my drawing videos and try doing it 5-10 minutes every day. So this one here, this video is maybe a half an hour long, so you can break this video down into 3 parts, maybe, or 4 parts. You might do a tomato one day, and then that's fine. Then the next day you come back and you draw an orange. Then the next day you come back, you draw a lime. And then the next day you come back and you draw a lemon. So you try each one for 5-10 minutes a day. And so for this video here that we're doing right now, you can break this video down into 4 days. So you can, start and stop the video, say, okay, I'm going to do this video and I'm going to break it down into 4 days. Each day I'm going to do a separate piece of fruit. And then you just go from there. The first day you start out, you're doing your lime. Then the next day you'll do your orange. The next day you're going to do your tomato. And the final day you do your lemon. Then you'll go to the next video. I might be doing paintbrushes, or I might be doing maybe a simple house drawing, or maybe some simple coffee cups, teacups, you name it. We're doing everything here, drawing. Let's keep working at it. I know you're going to get it. You're doing a great job out there. You will conquer the drawing. It's just a matter of a little bit every day, 5-10 minutes every day, okay? All right, so we're going to get started on the next video with watercolor painting. So if you want to jump in and just follow along with our next video soon, within the next maybe 8, 10, 24 hours, I'll be creating another video with some watercolor paintings. You can follow those too. Maybe start just watching. You might not have to do them. Just watch them. You'll learn all the details about drawing, painting, colors, washes, paintbrushes, techniques, methods, all that good stuff. Stick here on my channel. We're doing watercolors, drawing. We're doing beginner style tutorials here, as well as advanced, intermediate, any level you're at as a watercolor artist. You just watch along, learn, and you'll pick up plenty of things if you just are having a fun time along with us here and just enjoying the process. Okay, everyone, have a great day and evening, in the morning time if you're just waking up and turning on the video here. Enjoy, have fun, happy painting, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.